name is Lesley Weaver, and I am a sixth-year grad student at Indiana University, and I'm currently studying how cells divide. In our lab, we want to understand how cells divide and equally segregate or distribute our DNA into two daughter cells. And so currently, I'm working on understanding a protein that is involved in that process. And so by doing different experiments where we call them motors, because this protein actually walks along a track and it can move cargo from one place to another. And so by understanding and doing different experiments to characterize what that protein is doing, we can gain understanding into that process. So I got started in the lab as working as a dishwasher because I was paying for my undergrad degree basically, and I just needed some extra money, so I was making media and other solutions. And so after working in the lab for a while, the grad students in the lab, they suggested that I have a project, and so I talked to the advisor about having a project, and I started doing undergrad research. So one of our model organisms that we work with are frogs. They're called Xenopus laevis. They're African clawed frogs. And what's cool about these frogs is that they can lay unfertilized eggs that are arrested in a mitosis-like state. So we're interested in mitosis. And so we can collect the cytoplasm or the protein extract from those eggs and then add sperm, and we can reconstitute basically a bipolar spindle, which is the structure we're interested in a test tube. I mean, my first interest in science was astronomy, and I wanted to be an astronomer. I went to astronomy camp, and that was my whole life goal, but I realized that I wasn't good in physics. And so I think I grew up as a caregiver for my great-grandma who had Alzheimer's, and so that really made me think about what is it that makes our bodies work and what happens when something goes wrong. So I think that's kind of how I initially got interested in biomedical research, but it was that foundation when I was a kid that made me realize as an adult that's what I wanted to do. If I could encourage one person to go into medical research, it would be the biggest advantage is that you get to study whatever you want to study, and the only limitation that you have is your brain. So I think it's fun because I get to come to work every day and I get to do what I want to do, answer the questions that I want to answer. And so there's really no holding back as far as medical research, as far as you're just limited to the questions that you have in your head.